Hello, everyone. Welcome to WinCat Sports, and it's our weekly Tigers breakdown. Not a great week for the Tigers. A day late to our usual video time, too, but we were not home yesterday, so doing it today. For the most part, the Tigers did not have a good week. Only won 2 out of 6 games. They were facing a couple good teams. The Rangers, about what we were, and they ended up losing that series. They won the first game 2-1. Actually, no, they won the first game. They're at 500 this week. That's my mistake. They won 2-1 the first game, 3-1 the second game, and then lost 9-1 the last game. And then the Brewers, they got beat up the first game, lost 10-0, lost a close game 5-4 the second game, and then ended up beating up on the Brewers last game 10-2. So actually a 500 week, keeping up around 500, doing what we expect them to do for the most part.
Treading water. Like I said, that's this team. It's the question is where is that point where they're either going to sink or they're going to come ashore.
They're still only 2 games back of a wild card, being 1 game under 500. And like I said, they're going to have a big series against the Twins soon. I believe they play the Twins soon this month. This is a month of, next month is the month of divisional opponents, which is probably where you'll end up seeing into the All-Star break if you are a playoff team or not, or sitting at least in a playoff position. Playoff teams in baseball aren't really what they used to be. You used to have to win about 15 games, 10 games above 500 to be a playoff team. Yeah. Now you only need about 5 or 6 to be a wild card team.
Right. I don't care what they are. I know maybe it's unpopular. I don't want to give up Scooble or Flaherty. I just don't want to give these guys up.
It's going.
I think that
I'm thinking if we stay where we're at, obviously, I don't think we have any play in our division, being 10.5 games back already in the division, going into being in the beginning of June, unless some major thing happens. We are kind of stuck where we're at. That does not mean you can't buy for that wild card spot. There's 3 AL Central teams in the wild card spot right now, and you are only 2 games back of Minnesota, who holds that final wild card, and half a game behind Boston, who is sitting ahead of you in the standings for the wild card. I wouldn't even worry about trying to get that second wild card, because you are well behind 6.5 games on Kansas City for that spot. But it's KC and Minnesota, Baltimore, KC, Minnesota holding on to the wild card spots, and then you're just behind Boston, who is a 500 team right now. But there's no reason. I think if we stay where we're at, we're kind of going to keep the team and maybe actually be buyers at the deadline instead of sellers.
That would be great. I'd like to see that. I think this team can be entertaining at times, but it's just doesn't have the bats to get over the hump right now, and no one seems to be getting better. I haven't heard much about Torkelson down in the minors. If he's fixing it,
I think if first game down there, he went 0 for 3. So
yeah, that's a very, very sad thing, and I really thought he was going to break out this year. Yeah. I was 100% wrong on that.
We were hoping he broke out this year. I mean, Green has been doing good enough. We probably thought he'd play a little bit better than he's playing, but he's doing good. Right. I mean, you have your young guys who you didn't expect to be up. Perez did well. Malloy did pretty well for his first week. So, I mean, they're playing okay for their first time up here. And if we could just get the young guys playing well, then I guess it is what it is. Torkelson can figure it out down in AAA, along with Meadows. But otherwise, the week that we have coming up is not too terrible. You're going to be playing the Nationals, who are 30-35, and the Astros, who are 30-36. So 2 teams that you are slightly better than.
I would love to see them go on a run. But they need to go on a run.
You're home against the Nationals. You're home against the Nationals, away against the Astros. But like I said, it's favorable. You got 6 straight days of baseball, though. You travel straight to Houston, for the most part. So 6 straight days. If you can, again, just tread water, I guess, for the most part, until you can go on a run, go at least 500 through the week. But you should be able to at least win 4 games this week, if not 5.
It's hard to really get get angry about them or anything else. I know some people, I'm a fan. I was listening to, they were just getting, but I for maybe for their viewing public or whatever it is, or the listening public. But I mean, when you think about it, we're stuck in this and we know that. It's just when are we going to start spending money on this team to get some legit talent? I think it's pretty obvious at this point that guys like Parker Meadows and Torkelson, they got till the end of this year to start to work it out.
Well, Parker Meadows, he just came up last year. He kind of still has you, but
Right.
Torkelson,
We don't have a
needs to
lot
find
of time
something.
to wait on these guys
No.
to see if they can do it. Show us something. I'm not saying batting 320 and going crazy. I'm just saying, God, can you bat 280? Can you be a positive presence and help us win some games? I mean, so far it's just so sad.
When your league leader technically average, your leader is, I think, Kerry Carpenter at the moment at a 283. But besides that, it's Veerling at a 276. Green's leading the team in home runs, still at 11.
And I think our pitching is pitched well enough to where we could be, if we had any kind of real hitting, that we could be, in the wild card lead.
Looking at ERA, so all your starting pitchers, you have Skubal with a 1.92. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Flaherty with a 3.22. Not bad. Reese Olson with a 1 and I think he has like a 1-6 record. Or 1-7 record. He has a 1-7 record, but a 3.43 ERA. Not bad ERA. It's not fantastic, but it's not bad. If you can keep somebody under 4 runs,
most nights
that's a game.
This pitching is keeping the team to under, they're right around 4 or less runs.
Casey Mize is sitting at a 4.73, and then our lovely Kenton Maeda sitting at 6.25.
That was a bad sign.
So I mean, it's only for a year, so that's all we have to worry about. But
we just want to see some sign of life. We want to see some progress, and it looks like we've taken some steps back. Mainly with Torkelson, mainly with Parker Meadows. Those are the biggest glaring things that we've seen. Everybody else is batting about what we thought they'd bat.
Yeah, I mean, you like I said, you're not a bad team right now. You keep even just treading water. You're going to keep yourself around in that wild card until either you go on a run or someone else falters. One or the other.
Right.
It's how it's going to exactly go, because there isn't much you can do wild card wise except keep playing kind of how you are, and when you have to go play Minnesota, then you're going to be good, because otherwise you're just going to be playing. The rest of the month you don't play any divisional opponent except for the White Sox, which absolutely suck, sitting at their 17-49 record, but. You need to catch up in the division a little bit, catch up in the wild card, and just keep playing kind of how you are with around 500.
Yeah,
but
I wish there would be something exciting we could talk about, only in the sense because that's what they are. We knew this at the beginning of the season. We hoped for a couple things to happen that maybe would change it, but it hasn't happened.
Yeah,
and they're not going to suddenly start producing runs. They're not going to. No. They are what they are. They'll get lucky now and then, but for the most part, like I said, they're going to hover around 500, probably a little below.
Yeah, and if they could even stay there, I would be happy, honestly. But with all that being said, if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, share the video around. Let me know what you think so far about the season. Until next time, see everybody soon.